I'm Victoria Osei-Mensah, and I will be taking you through the new product development process, branding, and then packaging. So starting with the new product development, the definition for new product development refers to the ability of an organization to introduce new products into the market. So sometimes it's been referred to as innovation. This is whereby a company plans on bringing a new or like to improve upon an existing product into the market. So taking you through the new product development process, it starts with the idea generation. So with the idea generation, this is where the company do a research on how to create or bring into existence the new product. So there are two sources or ways in which they can get these ideas from. That's the internal sources and the external sources. So with the internal sources, we can get some from brainstorming and then through research and development. And with the external sources, we can get some from our customers, our suppliers, and our competitors. So the second steps that we'll be talking about is the idea screening. So with the idea screening, that one also involves identifying ideas that would work out and match the firm's objectives. So some factors have to be considered before these steps can be taken into consideration. So we have whether the idea matches the firm's objectives, like the firm's capabilities. The value engineering would have to be considered, and how well the product fits with other products in the firm's portfolio and help build upon the firm's strength. And the last one is assessment of the unique feature of the idea to identify competitive advantage. So the next step that we'll be looking at is the concept development and testing. So this one will help you find solution to the question, can we find a good concept for the products the consumers say they will try? And then the next steps also talks about the marketing strategy development. This one also help us to find solutions to the question, can we find a cost-effective, affordable marketing strategy? Then the next one also talks about the business analysis. That will these products meet our profit goal? Since most of the companies, except with the exception of the NGOs, their main focus is on the profit margin. So this business analysis, these steps named business analysis will help you to know whether if the products that you are bringing on board will help you meet your profit goal. So the next steps, which is the systems, talks about the product development. So this is where all the ideas that you generated from the previous steps is now brought into the main product. So the seventh step talks about the market testing. And this one will help us find solution to the question, have the product sales met expectations? So the last step also talks about the commercialization. And this involves the introduction of the new products onto the market and making decisions on when, where, how, and whom to communicate the products to. So the next thing we'll be looking at is product branding. So a brand, the definition for a brand is a name, a term, a sign, symbol or design, or a combination of them intended to identify the goods or services of one seller or group of sellers to differentiate them from those of competitors. So we have the brand. That's the brand identifies the marker. That's the brand identifies the maker or the supplier of the product. The brand gives us info about the maker or the supplier of the product. Then the brand name refers to the verbal parts of a given brand. The verbal parts of a given brand. Then the brand marks also talks about the unique designs or symbols on which branded goods or services rely for identification. So the logo or the logotype, it's also a brand name or a firm name written in a distinctive way. So taking this tissue for instance, how the floral joy has been written talks about the logo. That's the brand name or the firm name written in a distinctive way. So the trademark also talks about a legally protected brand name or brand mark. So Flora Tissue is a legally protected brand name since no other company can also use that same name, Flora Joy. Since we have different tissue papers with different names, but the name Flora Joy cannot be used by any other company. So the service mark is also the symbol that identifies a service. So let me take you through the importance of branding. What are the importance of branding itself? So what does you branding your products talks about or helps you to achieve? So the first one we're talking about is it increases the shopper's efficiency. Branding helps to increase the shopper's or the customer's efficiency in order for the person to be able to purchase your product. So it also informs the buyers about product quality. So for instance, there are some certain goods on the market that maybe you wish to buy something, but there are different companies providing that same commodity. So with the brand will help you to identify maybe this one, that if I choose this one, this gives me the quality product. So the next thing we'll be looking at is the importance of branding. So the first one is it increases the shopper's efficiency. So branding in itself helps improve like the shopper's efficiency, that's the customer's efficiency to buy that product. Then it informs the buyers about the product quality. How the goods or the product is branded speaks a lot about its quality. The third one too is it helps to attract customers to new products that might benefit them. So branding your products in an attractive way will help attract customers or new customers. Though we have previous one, but how you branded your products will help attract new customers into purchasing your products. So the fourth one also is suppliers can easily process others or track down problems on the basis of the brand name. So through the brand names, we can get into contact with our suppliers on how to process others and then track down problems relating to the brand. And the fifth one we'll be talking about is it improves legal protection for unique product features and prevents copying by competitors. So branding itself deals with the legal aspects. So the fifth point also talks about it provides legal protection for unique product feature and prevents copying by competitors. As we talk about the trademark, stating that it's a legally protected brand name or brand mark. So with this, it helps a company to get the legal protection that is required so that no competitor or any different supplier can. The sixth point will be attraction of loyal and profitable sets of customers. So with how we've branded our products, it will help us to attract more loyal and then profitable sets of customers. Then the last one refers to it's the segmentation market. Branding helps us to concentrate on a particular market. Okay, so continuing with the types of brand, we have the manufacturer's brand, that's the brand about the manufacturer, the distributor brand, that's the brand about our supplier and the rest, and then the generic brand. So we also have some branding strategies that can be put in place for us to be able to brand our products very well. So we have the corporate branding strategy, the brand extensions, the range branding strategy, the multi-brand or individual brand strategy, the family or umbrella brand. And then the scope of branding also, we have the physical products. That example is BMW, and then the services, that is Singapore Airlines, and then the store, we can have the Foot Locker or the West Hill Mall, and we have a person like Obama and the footballers Cristiano Ronaldo and the rest, and the places we have places like Las Vegas and then Accra, they are all scope of branding. And an idea also, example is the social enterprise. So the next thing we'll be looking at is packaging. Packaging. What do we mean by the word packaging? So the packaging talks about the activities of designing and producing the container or wrapper for a product, which could influence customer choice. Some factors that must be considered when packaging your product is that one is packaging should be easily distinguishable and help build upon the core strengths of the brand. So with your packaging, it should help you to distinguish your products from other competitors' products, and it must also be used to attract attention. So with this one, for instance, if you see, maybe there are different kinds of tissue papers that are on the market. You have the one in that roll for, like the toilet roll for, and this one is also. So with how this one has been packaged, it will help you to choose this one over the one that looks like the toilet roll type. And also, packaging should meet the needs of sellers in transporting and handling. So packaging, it's one of the major things to consider when transporting or handling your product. So the last thing that we'll be looking at is the labeling. So let's look at the functions of the labeling. So it helps us to improve our promotional support, and then the information, it helps to provide information for buyers and the intermediaries, and then it helps us to regulate requirements.